Hi, I'm Gabriel, and welcome to the Bigones.nft, where we take you through some of the biggest NFT news, reviews, and of course, the biggest NFT collections, daily rankings. Now, also, stay to the end, where we're going to do the Randomizer, where we'll randomly select an NFT collection, and I'll do a mini deep dive and give you my honest thoughts on the project and the team. Now, before we continue, please smash up the like and hit the subscribe button. And of course, if you want to get more of this kind of video content, click that notification bell to tell the gang at YouTube that you appreciate our content. All right, without further ado, let's smash into it. Okay, so before we continue, what I like to always do with the way we start this is let's go through some of the actual on CoinMarketCap, the rankings. All right, so we can see currently today, Bitcoin is actually doing, well, pretty well. And actually the market is pretty green, pretty bullish. We're now at 21,000. And of course, here on Ethereum, it's about 1,400, which has broken a resistance that was currently keeping it down. So we're, I would say, in a decent place back into the NFT world. Now, having said that, of course, we all know that currently it is a bear market. And of course, that also is reflecting to the NFT world. Now, you know, as most of us know who's been in here on the game, that usually when the crypto market goes up, actually sometimes the NFT market goes down, and vice versa. When the crypto market goes down, the NFT market goes up. Now, why is that? Well, generally it's because obviously as the ETH price goes down, more people are thinking, okay, that 0.05 ETH now value is much lower. And so maybe I can this time go in and play that game or mint that NFT or buy that NFT. So that's generally the case. But right now, this is kind of uncharted territory where we kind of see also that the NFT market is also in quite a bearish situation, and you can all obviously see that on on Opensea's daily trading volume, which is definitely decreased drastically since some of the all-time highs, actually quite recently with the other side or the other deed, and of course last year when it was really going crazy. All right, so anyway, let's get into our daily rankings. Okay, so one of the daily rankings that I like to go to is let's go to Opensea. All right, so here at Opensea, what we do here on this channel is we're going to go through the top 10, all right, the top 10. All right, so first, obviously, we've got CryptoPunks. Now, let's just look at it here. Then I've opened up the tabs and we can kind of look at the images. Now, I know a lot of you here probably are quite familiar with CryptoPunks, but I do have to say there are a lot of people out there that actually still haven't heard of CryptoPunks or Bored Ape. And so on this channel, we want to treat everybody the same, and we'll show these images and what they are and go through them quite quickly for the top 10. So, but let's just get a quick review. So we got CryptoPunks. We got Step and Shoeboxes. We've got the Factura by Matthias Isaacsen, if I can get that right. Other Deed for the other side. Bored Ape Yacht Club, okay, one of the big players, obviously. Art Blocks Curated, they've always been up there. I think I've rarely not seen them on the top 10. And of course, GM DAO, which is kind of like a new player, I have to say. Then we've got Fidenza by Tyler Hobbs. Number 9, Megami NFT. I'm going to be curious to see what that looks like. And of course, number 10, Mutant Ape Yacht Club, which we know is one of the big players and obviously a derivative of the Bored Ape Yacht Club collection. All right, let's get into it and look at each one of these. So obviously here, CryptoPunks, well, look, I mean, we all know what the dealio here is. Floor price not stating because it's just kind of crazy. Well, that's CryptoPunks, the OG, the big boy in the group. So anyway, as we know, 10,000 collection and still around 3,600 owners. All right. Now, what does that say with a collection of 10,000? So obviously some are still being sold. Others probably own several. So it's still quite a small group of people if you really consider the overall NFT market that own CryptoPunks, which of course is the result of it now being in terms of crazy price. All right, moving on. So we've got step-in shoe boxes. Now, it says here, these mystery boxes each contain an empty sneaker of random quality. Now, I do believe this is obviously the second version of this. So we can see here, obviously still not revealed, which is something that we'll be obviously waiting to see. Now, interestingly enough, the floor price here is 2.4 ETH. Okay, so not cheap, I would say, but STEPN have certainly made their mark as the leading kind of step and earn provider. All right, so anyway, now I can see Opensea have added this best offer kind of information or data, which is quite interesting. So they try to kind of change the difference between obviously the floor price that something has been sold at, and of course the best offer that people are offering, to purchase that particular NFT. All right. So and there's only 2,000 items here, so quite low in terms of a collection. All right, moving on. So we've got here Fractura by Matthias Isaacson. Again, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. GM, obviously, good morning. That is a standard kind of, crypto slang. Studio presents Fractura by Matthias Isaacson, a generative series exploring the monolithic and minute. Okay, let's have a look at and minute. Okay, so monolithic meaning mega or grand, and minute meaning small. This collection is the fourth to be featured on the generative art platform GM. Okay, so obviously it's my mistake. It's obviously called GM is their actual platform studio, which I'm sure they took obviously from that kind of slang. Contains of 999 pieces and launched on July 16th. So obviously fairly recently, but doing pretty damn well. Now, as we can see, the floor price is 4 ETH. So not bloody bad, not bloody bad. Okay, moving on. So number 5 on the list, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, number 4. Let's just make sure I'm saying that correctly. So number 4, yep, other side, other deed. Okay. So again, as we all know, this is Yuga Labs' kind of metaverse foray, which is and other deed is obviously the deed to get into the other side to buy the land, right? So just like in the real world. So wow, I mean, it's going nuts. Now the floor price is pretty moderate, considering. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that 2 ETH is similar to what. If you wanted to buy, I think one of the cheapest properties on Sandbox is around 2 ETH as well, but slightly more here. All right, so obviously there's 100,000 items here, and of course already the owners, 34 over 35,000 owners. And trading volume is crazy. Now, obviously, this spiked the kind of Ethereum blockchain when this released. I have to say, my personal, I actually registered. There was a website called somethingisbrewing.xyz. Went in there, did the whole KYC. Really wanted to be part of this, but unfortunately at the time, for whatever reason, anyway, I couldn't get that land sale. Big pity, but them's the breaks, and just keep moving forward. So, anyway, so. That's the other side. Let's go to number 5. So obviously, Bored Ape. Okay, here we are. Bored Ape. So wow, yep. Look, obviously, floor price almost 100 ETH. Now that's obviously amazingly crazy. Look, compared to if you look at now, compared to CryptoPunks, where we only had, what was it? Let's just have a look at that. CryptoPunks, we have only 3.6K, and then here we've got 6.5K. So already a lot more owners, a lot more people kind of got into this project, and it's obviously still the same 10,000 units. And here's the best offer, 90K. So we understand now that that's what somebody's offering somebody for one of those Bored Ape yacht clubs. Okay, so that's the Bored Ape. Okay, moving on. So we have art blocks curated. Okay, these guys are the big boys, as we've said. Definitely been around for really since the beginning of Opensea that I actually know. I'm sure they've been around prior to that in some shape, way, or form. But yep, they're here. And look, actually interesting enough, looking at this, the format of this page is quite different because obviously most of these are collections of other artists. So it's not a PFP collection. It's not mystery boxes. They're actually other artists, or they're curating many artists in one kind of exhibition. I think that's the best way to kind of call it, but obviously here it's a collection. So look, these guys are definitely to be admired and looked at. They've really kind of put forward or on the front line of actual artists, real digital artists, and really curating them in a, I would say, a traditional manner per se. So anyway, so that's the art blocks. Okay, let's move on. So here again, now GM dot. Okay, so GM DAO token. So I'm looking at this again also for the first time, of course, looked quickly as I was kind of setting things up. But I would have to say these are probably the same company. Look, I don't want to deep dive into this, but I will at a later point. But anyway, the DAO is a community of NFT collectors, artists, and investors. I would have to say there probably some kind of connection, or maybe not. Again, this is GM is one of those crypto slangs. It's like WAGME or any of those, or FOMO, or any of those kinds of things. So definitely it's being used, or or when Lambo. So it's open to anybody to use. But obviously, looking at both in the top 10, again, my assumption is I could be wrong. I will check and let you guys know. Or if any of you guys know, please let me know in the comments below if you've already kind of bought one of these tokens or already gotten into it. All right, so here we go. Fidenza by Tyler Hobbs, obviously another art blocks kind of curated, as it says here. Admin, obviously Fidenza, I wish I had got one of these in its early stages. Massive. This guy's, and I do believe again, that there are some of these Fidenzas also have the physical works kind of tied in, and I've heard as obviously on the grapevine or the crypto vine that or the NFT vine, should I say, is that some of these guys, some buyers will only buy the NFT if the physical work is still available, which is quite an interesting revelation coming to this. Now, obviously, NFTs are still very new, and how we use them and how we don't use them, or should I just get the NFT? Is the value of the physical worth it or not worth it, is something that's still being manifested and developed. So I think it's still, but having said that, I guess in this situation with the real artist per se, when I say real artist, I mean, as something like, as I said, this could be in an exhibition gallery, that could be curated like any physical space. So these kinds of works now may have some kind of sentiment with the physical. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to say, is the physical attribute or the physical asset, which could have been done first in some cases, but of course these are digital designs, so obviously done digitally. But then there is that kind of connection, which I find very interesting because why not, right? So obviously some people think, oh, I'll just take the NFT. I think Damien Hirst did something very similar where he gave users that kind of choice, whether to actually buy a physical piece or the NFT, and he'll destroy one. So whichever one you buy, if it's the NFT, then he'll destroy the physical, or if it's a physical, he'll destroy the NFT. But I'll give you a couple of months to think about that. Now, that was one of the collections. That was a while back ago, I have to say. But obviously at the time, quite innovative in terms of use cases for NFTs. All right, I digress. So moving on. So let's go to Megami. All right, so Megami is a collection of 10,000 PFP designer, illustrator, YouTuber Naoki Saito. Okay, so definitely Japanese feel to this. There it is, looking cool, looking good, very manga, anime. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm a big fan of manga and anime, and this definitely looks pretty good. And very decent, I would have to say, in terms of the sell price, 0.16, or what's the floor price? Let's have a look. Okay, 0.16. I mean, you still have to think about it. I think for those, most of us who are, medium to small collectors, it's definitely still got to think about it. With the current ETH price rising, and of course gas, you'd be kind of, it needs to be considered, but definitely something that can be considered. Not like 2-3 ETH where you'd have to save up for that kind of stuff. But yeah, 0.16 quite decent, and of course here the best offer is 0.15. He's got 9, or she or he has got Naoki, so she, about 9,500 in its items and collect or pieces, and it's already about 3,900 owners. So not bad. Not bloody bad with a trading volume of 676. I think any trading volume at this market is pretty damn good. All right, well, that's my personal opinion. All right, and then finally here we've got Mutant Ape Yacht Club. All right, so look, again, these are some of the big boys, and we can see here with the floor price, 18.75. So not bloody bad, not bloody bad. They've got what? Well, they've got 20,000. So this is quite above the, let's say, standard mint collection of 10,000, which really CryptoPunks, Bored Ape kind of set that kind of standard of how many should be minted. Now, obviously, we've seen all the different versions from 777 to 5,555 to 3,000, whatever. It's all been done, and of course now here we've got close to 20K. Anyway, so that is, but obviously again, one of the big ones in this NFT collection world, at least on the Ethereum chain. But definitely, because it's under the Bored Ape Yacht Club, definitely one of the big ones. Okay, so all right, that concludes this. So what we're going to do now is let's go in, and I mean, this is the very first video, so I want to just share with you, this is the first video that we've done on this channel, and we're really excited, and we really hope you enjoy the content. So please, if you do enjoy, just show that little appreciation and smash up that like and subscribe if you can. All right, so anyway, let's get into the randomizer. All right, let's get to the randomizer. Okay, where's my mouse? Okay, boom. All right, so look, I put in here the kind of the fields, so from 1 to 300. Now we're going to just click generate so you can see it happening live on your screen. Let's click generate, boom. Okay, is it clicking? Is it clicking? What's going on? Okay, bit of a technical glitch here. Let me go back to the big screen. All right, okay, and let's go like this. Boom. Oop, sorry. Bam, bam, bam. Let's go here. All right, let's go for random. Let's type it in, random.org. Okay, we're doing this live. And what we're going to do is we're going to put in our kind of fields once it sets up, and we'll do 300. Okay, what's it saying? Checking your browser before accessing. Okay, there it is. All right, so let's put in 300. Okay, so obviously there's probably more on Opensea, but let's just do 300, 1 to 300 today. Okay, and let's generate. Okay, so boom, let's see the result, 269. Okay, all right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to scroll down, scroll. We're going to hit 2. Let's go to this button. Okay, 269. We'll probably have to hit it again. Yep, boom. Okay, here we go. 269. All right, let's click it. Flower Fam Official. All right, so let's check it out. I think I might need to do it like this just because of the way. Okay, what I'm going to do, guys, I'm just going to quickly shut off these browsers. Bear with me. Boom. Okay. All right. So let's have a look at these guys. Okay, so Flower Fam Official. And what I'm going to do for these is, look, I'm going to open the website. Let's open Discord and let's open the Twitter. So let's open whatever social media that they've actually provided for us, okay? So now they've done 6,969 flowers living in the Oasis, 91 staked. Okay, I can see. So owner, so doing the staked thing. Owner count doesn't include staked flowers. Okay, fair enough. So they've done 7,000. Okay, which is thus that. So there's already 241 owners. Not bad, with a 1.8K volume, trading volume, total volume. And their floor price is 0.18. So we can kind of now see slightly the difference of the Mukami. Did I get that right? The number 9 Mukami, the Japanese kind of manga thing we were just looking at, which was slightly under this. So this is slightly higher, 0.18, and the best offer here is, okay, 0.118. Okay, fine. So let's look at the images here. Before we kind of deep dive into the team, let's look at the images. All right, I kind of get the, you know, it's kind of got that feel of the Murakami collection, that famous Japanese artist that has, you know, done quite a quite a collection that's done pretty well. We could look at that later or check it out, or I could add a link down in the description below. But it's got that kind of similarity. All right, let's. So this is the collection. Just kind of having a look at it, you can see obviously designs. You know, got the glasses. Obviously, the flower is the key. You got a little bit of a mushroom here. The colors. They're using obviously that kind of pastel kind of, almost like, dare I say, kind of like the doodle style kind of 2D kind of feeling, which I think is quite similar obviously to the Murakami, the original kind of design. Of course, this is its own design, but with kind of simple, as I said, pastel-y 2D colors, doodly kind of style. Now let's look at their Twitter first. How's that? Okay, so kind of loading. Okay, here we go. What they've got, wow. Okay, they've got 154,000 followers. Now that's pretty damn good. Again, you know, those who are in this and have projects, you know, there are ways of obviously beefing that up. But, you know, pretty impressive. But only following 2 people. So when I see this kind of thing, you know, yeah, I mean, look, I don't want to say anything bad, but at the same time, you know, like I said, there are ways to pump that up. Okay, that's just the way these things fall in terms of in NFT collections. I mean, you don't want to be deemed with just, you know, 20 people, right? But when you're only following 2, it shows a little bit of like arrogance to me anyway, that we've got thousands and only 2 people we're going to follow. Again, I think even Elon Musk probably has more than, you know, this. This is what I'm kind of trying to say, that even Elon Musk probably follows more than 2 people, right? So you kind of then question how legitimate is this project. But again, I'm sure they're absolutely legit. You know, let's have a look at when's their latest tweet? Okay, July 14, so pretty recent, which I think is a good sign nonetheless, that they're definitely, there you go, July 17, a couple of, you know, then they're pretty active. So obviously, you know, even though they're 269, at least they're on the board and pretty active. Okay, let's look at, I'm not going to get too with in terms of their Discord. I'm not going to go into it, but definitely what we can look is how many members they've got here. 15,345 members, all right, with 1,862 online. Okay, which basically just means those who are members of that are currently online. It doesn't actually show the active, how many members are active. It just shows how many is online. But anyway, but at least they've got 15,000, quite a decent number. Again, you know, that can be pumped, but quite decent. And, you know, I respect anyone with a Discord or any of these social media accounts. Honestly, it is really difficult, speaking from experience, of how to maintain and sustain any kind of social media presence. So, you know, kudos to these guys. All right, let's look at their website. Okay, so flowers, ecosystem, FAQ, careers, flower. Okay, I like to go straight into the team. Anyway, let me just quickly look through this. Okay, what are we? So Flower Farm is about spreading peace and prosperity. Okay, fine. Okay, so they've got all these kind of cute little things. I want to get to the team. Let's have a look. So they're scrolling down. Okay, meet the flower team. All right, let me just accept this. Now, project lead, Demeter, Lil Lotus, and Lily. All right, okay, cool. All right, and we can kind of scroll. Let's see how many team members they've got. Tokenomics, Token O. All right, okay, Nina. All right, community lead. Okay, I'm gonna pick. Well, let's go to the first one. Okay, actually, let's go to the end. Let's go to the end. Let's see who else is here. Okay, let's go to Oasis Architect. Okay, I'm just gonna click on, and let's kind of see if this is a real person. All right, so we got NFT RIA. Okay, so I manage security people and build bots. Don't mess with my service. All right. Okay, just wanted to make sure that, at least at the very least their links are actually working. Okay, so partnership lead. Okay, let's go to the big guy at the front, project lead. All right, let's kind of click onto this guy. Let's see what's going on. All right, Demeter.eth. Okay, so he's got a .eth account. Definitely in the zone. I like flowers, bees, honey, and founding flowers. Okay, here we go. 8,000 followers. Pretty good. Yep, looks pretty like a real person. There you go. So, and definitely just currently pretty active on YouTube, on Twitter. And of course, everything is pointing and related to, and of course, he's got the, he's definitely connected his, that looks like a doodles. So he's definitely got doodles, connected it to Twitter's, new NFT viewing kind of, avatar. Okay. So my honest opinion. All right, let's get into my honest opinion on these guys. All right, so just to kind of wrap up the video as well, and I'd love to obviously hear your opinions and thoughts. So put it in the down in the descriptions, in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. But my honest opinion on this, look, they seem pretty legit. And again, I do respect any NFT collection that comes out there. I think obviously the team is critical here. They've got traction. They're on Opensea, at least in the top 300. So I would say they're at least a legitimate project as far as I can see. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not saying here to go out and get them. And again, as you saw, we randomly selected this. I wasn't paid to say any of this, but this is just, again, my personal opinion. Now, would I buy something like this? For me, anyway, again, let's say as a medium player, I would say I would probably need that price to go down a little bit, or maybe the ETH went down. I wouldn't buy it right now, again, and I'd probably look deeper into its utility and its kind of roadmap, which is actually the next other thing that one should be looking at. Again, I just did a mini dive. I'd expect you to do the deep dive and really see how that would kind of pan out, where their plans are, what they're going to do, and any other partnerships or collabs that they might have. Anyway, so that's it for this video. Thank you for joining us, and look forward to seeing you again on Bigones.nft.